Spiritually speaking, how can we communicate with people in comas or who have dementia or Alzheimer's? Again, this is just if you're open to a little woo-woo, and this is based on my work and experience over the past 10 years doing quantum healing sessions and other kinds of stuff. So this is about another video I made about communicating with people who are basically unconscious or unresponsive, that kind of thing. So to dive right in, we're talking about language and communication. And all languages is energy being translated. So if your person is in a coma or has dementia or Alzheimer's, that kind of thing, it doesn't mean that their language is gone. It means that the language barrier is different and requires a different translator. And depending on certain factors, like your belief systems, which is a big one, you can be that translator. You can be the modifier chip in the translation. But it's difficult because you have to learn to trust the process and the experience of what comes through you in a very subtle way that many people are not used to doing or used to picking up on or reading or feeling. It's kind of like if somebody close to you became deaf and you had to pick up sign language in order to start communicating in a completely different way than you're used to. Meditation is going to help, because it helps with inner stillness, which is going to help you pick up more subtle things inside. And inside is where you're going in order to communicate and connect with that person. Essentially, you're connecting with their consciousness. And our consciousness, it never becomes unconscious. Like when we go to sleep at night, our consciousness isn't sleeping. So, and bear with me, we're kind of getting to telepathy, where you are going to have to trust that should you ask that person a question, whether it's out loud or mentally for you, that the answer you receive comes through you without you forcing it or trying to figure out what it would be, that answer, that subtle answer coming through, is indeed their answer. And for many, this will take practice if you're doing it yourself. Another option would be a psychic medium. Again, because the consciousness is always there and always able to communicate. So a psychic medium, what they do is they connect and communicate with spirit, and the consciousness, your consciousness, is always of spirit. Not all mediums do this kind of work. If they are a professional medium, they can do it, but they may not do it because it might just not be an opportunity or an option that's come across their table before. But then there are mediums who do this work. So just make sure that you kind of read their reviews and get a feel for them. And of course, being referred word of mouth is always best. But there are people who can do this work for you, because everyone's spirit is always able to communicate, despite how their body is functioning. And then, of course, you can always consider using tools. All of those divination tools, the ones you're drawn to, whether it's tarot cards, oracle cards, rune stones, throwing bones, whatever it is, pendulums, you can utilize those tools to get answers from their spirit, their energy. But again, the hardest thing when you do it yourself is going to be trusting the experience. And for those of you who may just start this and don't practice already, there will be a voice in your head called the ego that will tell you, you're crazy, this isn't working, you're making this up, you're imagining things, yada, yada, yada. That voice that likes to kind of maintain control when you're trying something new. That's what makes it so hard to trust. But as long as you're aware of all of that, you can do it. So the best thing right now would be to check in and shift around any belief systems you have about this, and then move forward. Sending love and good luck.